So what's on my mind before a rodeo? I have a few different things that happen to me that maybe don't happen to everybody, and that is that I have to interact with fans when I'm walking around, and sometimes that it is such a blessing, and I will never be a person to turn down that time with anyone. However, it can play a little bit of a role when you're kind of rushing around and you're late because you don't want to be rude, and then there's people trying to interact. So I find it an advantage for me because I can never be in a hurry and let myself go down the trail with my mind mentally of being completely checked out or unaware of the people around me or rude. So I think that that's an advantage, and it's something that you can do in your everyday life. So one thing that you need to do before a rodeo is just remember who you want to be remembered for before, during, and after the rodeo. So win, lose, or draw, who do you want to be remembered as? Do you want to be remembered as the girl that threw the fit in the parking lot afterward, that yelled at her mother? Do you want to be remembered as the girl who didn't do that well but had a fantastic attitude? Do you want to be remembered as the girl who broke the arena record and was horribly cocky afterward? Do you want to be remembered as the girl that beat everyone but yet was so incredibly humble afterward and took time for everyone? Who is it that you truly want to be? If pro rodeo is the thing that you want, and if sponsors are what you're after, what do they want to see from you? What kind of person do they want to represent? A lot of people forget sometimes that I may be competing with you at a rodeo, but I also own several companies that could endorse you. And so I see you not just as a competitor, but I see you as somebody that maybe I could potentially endorse later on. And if you're beating your horse in the corner or throwing a temper tantrum or talking down to the family that sacrificed all their time and energy to bring you to that rodeo, I'm immediately got a little place in my mind for, if I ever see that girl's name roll across my desk, she's somebody I'm not interested in sponsoring. So that's one thing. When you mentally come to a rodeo, I think that we just think about how we're going to do at the rodeo, or, you know, if we're going to win, if we're going to lose. And I think it goes so much deeper than that. So in preparation, I've learned that less is more. So I've checked out the stalls. I've got Baby Flo, great stall. She has fresh water, shavings. She's happy. Don't overdo it. Don't pick at her. I gave her forefront paste, a supplement that I use before I run. And then I'm leaving her alone. It's very important to me that she gets a lot of alone time because she sees plenty of me, and it stresses them out to know, is it about to happen now? Does her adrenaline need to go up or down? They obviously know when we're excited. So when my energy level is up, which it is right now because I'm at a rodeo, I've never been to it, I want to do well. My energy level is going to be a lot higher than normal. So you can see that when I was leading her to the stall, she was really excited. They feel all of those things. They're super sensitive to that. So I got my stall. I walked in the arena and just looked at how far are the timers from the alleyway. So how long do I want to attempt to hold her before I allow her to run? Because if I come running from the back 40, I'm going to burn my motor out before the clock has even started. So I don't want to take a bunch of useless strides before the clock is counting. And how far can I push out? So the alleyway is really long, got ample room to stop, and I try to pick a place way far off in the distance to let my horse run. I don't try to pull right when I cross the timer line. So I don't hunt the timer with my eye. I hunt a place far off in the distance, like in the parking lot, and try to run straight to it because I find my body cheating if I hunt for the timer. I don't spend a lot of time looking at the ground. I'm last out. I need to evaluate the ground as it happens. A lot can change between now and then. It looks plenty moist. It's not dry or dusty. It doesn't look super deep, but I'll be last out, so I'll be able to see a few things as it goes. And you don't want to be the person that just constantly gripes about the conditions yet still runs, or gripes about the conditions and doesn't visit with a committee member about it. So you don't want to be that person. And you need to know when your voice is being heard and when you're viewed as just a complainer. I'm all for burning your bra and standing up on your soapbox, but if you're doing it to the wrong person, then you can give yourself a really bad image when that's a person that's not really got the authority to do anything anyway. So now it is 8 after 7. Rodeo is starting right now. I'm in leggings and chucks, and I'm going to stay in this attire until I get ready to saddle. I'm going to change right before I go to get on. A few reasons. It'll be easier for me to go in this building and sit if I just hang out in the corner, just chill. And two, I actually might get dressed a little early today, I think. I'm gonna get dressed. I think I might need my adrenaline to go up a little bit. So people can go two ways. You can have so much adrenaline that you don't know how to harness it, or you're so chill that you have a hard time really finding that moment that gears you up. And I think so many people drove from so far to see me compete at this rodeo. I really advertised I was coming here. I think I should let them see me in full rodeo gear. So I'm gonna get changed, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so it is an event before me. They have the calf roping, and then they will have an intermission for 15 minutes, and then me. I've resisted the temptation to get on any earlier than this. This is still really early for me, but I can see myself just kind of pacing the floor. I wanted to get on, so one event and then one little break is plenty of time for me to get plenty warmed up. Any longer than that, I'm going to psych myself out and think up crap to just mess up my brain with. So I am just staying out of the way. The barrel racers are warming up behind me. I'm just going to kind of hang out of the way for a little while. I'll go in. Sometimes they're super nice. Sometimes they are not so nice, so staying away is really healthy for me. Now the ones that are nice are amazing. The ones that aren't so nice, I mean, it just is what it is. It's in any sport, so not to try to call anybody out or do anything crazy. Everyone here, I'm sure, is amazing. And I'm just gonna keep my horse moving. If I find a quiet place to sit, then I'm gonna do that too. How are you? Good. How do you want to be remembered? So I'm the chick riding around in the back with all the people in the background just staring at me while I'm filming stuff for you guys, and it doesn't matter to me. I'm totally cool with that. So they can do a lot of things. Hey! But providing value to you guys is my first priority, so no longer consider them a threat when I'm filming stuff like this. How are your nerves before a run, before a pro rodeo? Are you able to put sentences together and film and document what you're doing? It might be a good exercise for you to do, just to help somebody that looks up to you to look through and kind of see if you can actually put cognitive thoughts together before you run, because sometimes before we run we just black out. We don't know anything that's about to happen. So it might be a good practice for you to just document some stuff and use it as a tool to help focus on something else while you're about to run barrels. So anyway, I'm about 20 minutes away. I'll be right back with you guys with a run.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
She's won over $900,000, 17 and 9. That's number 2.
Well, I finally made it home after this run. I drove basically 22 hours to make a 17-second run and have my horse slip. That is just something you can definitely count on in pro rodeo. I was winning second when I left. I think I'm not even placing now. So that's just something, if you have a pro rodeo career in mind, I want you guys to understand that that's part of it, and that's something that can happen. You've got to make the best run you can possibly make and then leave it right there. I'm not going to change anything about my fitness, about my routine. The fact that they're winning this rodeo now with a 1775 and my horse took that big of a slip and is still in the hunt means that I am doing everything right, and that's just how it is. So you guys make sure to not get too down on yourself. Don't get too crazy when you try to change up your routines. You know, just keep in mind that if you become a master at what you're doing, you're going to win quicker. If you constantly change things after a run and try to reevaluate shoeing or bit change or any of these things, it's going to be hazardous and detrimental to your success. So don't change anything, go to the next one, and I'll see you guys with the next chapter very, very soon. I hope you're loving it. Take lots of notes.